Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Sepia Tears. When we last left off, we were on a date with Myra, and we went ice skating, and it was kinda cute and kinda sweet. But there's probably more to it than we know, so let's get back into it. I thought the world lied about love, but maybe it didn't. This is supposed to be an illusion. This is supposed to be a fabrication of Hollywood and cheap romance novels. Isn't that visual novels in general, or am I just missing something? But for a fabrication, it feels peculiarly real. Yeah, particularly real works too. The hell is a storybook romance anyway? Do I care? If it exists at all, it's what's right in front of me. It's almost time. I should check my watch, but I can't. I have a watch at the moment, but half the time I don't even use it. If I do, I'll wake up and the dream will end. Mark. I know. A buzz of excitement wafts through the crowd. It won't be long before the clock strikes 12. Oh, is this going to be a Cinderella story or something? Because also I should mention that we found out that in the past, Mark tried to ask Myra out when they were younger, but she decided she was interested in someone else and left him. But that's as far as we got. She might be having regrets about what happened back then, but we don't know yet. I don't regret a single thing. I wish I could agree. Don't lie. Today has been perfect. It has. But her warmth still lingers on my arm. I can't forget it. I won't forget it. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I hurt you. No, you didn't. I tried to hurt you. I don't care. I'm pretty thick-headed, can't you tell? I'm going to end up hurting you. The frozen air in my lungs feels like the end of a breath mint's lifespan. The first exhale that isn't accompanied by an exhilarating burst of cold. I love you. Wow, that didn't take long. She just went on one date and suddenly, oh my god, you're the one! No, you don't. I don't care. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. This isn't like you, Mark. You said we'd work together to find my lost memories. That was a lie. You promised to find me, no matter where I go. You said it's what you do best. I did, didn't I? A rueful chuckle punctuates her breaths. You have to stop running away. I can't. You'll keep on hurting yourself. That's what I should be telling you. I stop in my tracks. Myra glides in front of me. It's been 3 years, you know. 3 years, and we're still the same. The snow pauses in the air, and the midnight bells sound in the distance. Merry Christmas, Mark. You're my first love. A soft sensation brushes across my lips in an instant that lasts a lifetime. Ah, kissy kissy. It's both warm and cold and tastes vaguely of melting snow. Did he eat snow before he kissed her? Just saying. I'll miss you. My legs refuse to move. She's gone before I realize it, lost in a sea of faces. A sepia world consumes my vision. I'm sorry, I am slightly confused here. I'm on the roof of the school, drowning in the sunset's thick light. Everywhere I look, the world is heavy, bittersweet, surreal. There's an elephant walking in the background. That's how surreal it is. There she stands, the person who mattered most to me. With the sun at her back, she faces me, a mere silhouette in my memory. Her hair blows softly to the side in the breeze that I can't feel. Her signature ribbons, endearing as ever, trail along with it. No. I open my eyes. It's dark. The streetlights are still on, and the downtown partygoers make it feel as if nothing has changed. But the most important thing is missing. My heart. No, I'm just kidding. She's gone. She's disappeared. Just like she promised. No. No, no, no! This isn't the end. Think. God damn it, just think. Think. I should go find Piglet. I can do this. I can figure this out. Okay. Myra vanished approximately 15 minutes ago. We're in a crowded place with easy access to public transit. I'll face the truth. If she wanted to escape, she'd be gone by now. I'll never find her again. Therefore, if I do find her again, it'll be because she wants me to. Maybe she's waiting. Why did Myra meet me in the first place? We met because she knew me somehow. Yeah, she knew ya. Was the school roof coincidentally chosen as our meeting place, or was she referring to what happened 3 years ago? Her parting words imply that she knew what happened, but I don't know what to make of it. Myra could be the girl from 3 years ago. It would make sense, in a way. If she was lying all along, she could simply be here to toy with me. Of course, I know that it's not true, but if it is, well, it's clear that she feels guilty about something. Did she come back from the past to toy with me and ended up falling for me instead? It's unlikely. It's incredibly unlikely, but it's the only way I can explain her tears. She might not have had bad intentions either. Maybe she was just curious. Maybe she wanted to see where I ended up after she unintentionally broke my heart. Wait, let's not get carried away. What I need here is tangible evidence. What we need is a clue. And probably a magnifying glass. In retrospect, clues were scattered everywhere. Even assuming that she was putting on an act when we first met, it looks like even she couldn't build a perfect wall. There's the pocket watch, for one. It shouldn't mean much. Surely she has a regular wristwatch somewhere. But where would she even obtain a thing like that, and how much would it cost? And then there's her father's library and her tear-stained eyes when she told me about Leonard Kinsey. Even back then, it was easy to put the pieces together. Is she the guy that she was interested in, but he rejected her? Myra is from a wealthy family, and Kinsey is a close relative to her. Ah, that makes more sense, yes. She knows her way around the city because she grew up here. On top of that, she knows which schools I've attended, and the details of what happened 3 years ago. Ultimately, I don't need to figure out who she is, I need to figure out where she is. Huh. This isn't so hard after all. There are really only two places. What? 2 places she could expect me to search. The roof of the school and the hilltop with the cherry tree. It's not the big black horse in the cherry tree, is it? Woohoo! The roof would make sense. It's cyclical. The place where we first met is the place where she'd want us to part. Not to mention it invariably brings back memories from 3 years ago. Whatever her role in that story was, maybe the rooftop means something to her too. But I can't forget about the hill either. That was the first day we spent together. The first time I saw what she was really like beneath the facade she tried to put up. Would it be significant to her too? Wouldn't she want to visit before she leaves, especially if she used to go there as a child? Kinsey's hilltop isn't too far from here, but it's a bit of a detour. The school is a long way off by public transit. It's possible to go to the hill and then head back to school. But if Myra's in a rush, I won't be able to catch up if my guess is wrong. I have to pick one. Slowly, carefully. I'm just gonna quickly save here, because I have a feeling I'm gonna make a decision and I'm not gonna be able to save in a minute. What would Myra want? Alright. I'm only going to find her if she wants me to. And there can only be one place that means more to her than anywhere else. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to the school rooftop. The rooftop. It makes sense. She wrote this whole play and cast herself as the leading actress. If she wants to end things cleanly, she'll go back to where it all began. Here goes. I'm running, can't you tell? I'm here. I look up at the roof and I realize I have no idea how to get you there. But there has to be a way. There's always a way. How would she have done it? I spread around the side of the school to see if there's anything I could climb on. I noticed the outer shed that had long since been sitting at the back of the building, near the back door to the construction lab. And then it makes sense. The structure is almost half the height of the school. It's been here since the beginning, but I never once thought about it, probably because I'm not a janitor. I leap onto a stack of leftover wood and grab hold of the shed's roof. Pulling myself up with a strength I never knew I had, my feet grab hold and I regain my balance. The bottom of the second floor windowsill isn't too far. Digging my fingers into the few inches of space between the window and the brick wall, I forcefully pull myself up with the help of my feet. Just a bit more. Considering how large these windows are, I only need to grab a couple of old bricks above it to pull myself to the top. Ah. And then he falls and breaks his neck. With a gasp of breath and the skip of a heartbeat, I propel myself upward and I grab hold of the roof. My fingers cling onto the railing and I roll myself over. Landing on my back, I stare unfocused at the snowy sky above. But it isn't over. There, on the opposite corner of the roof, staring up at the night sky, is the person I was looking for. Yeah, I figured it was going to end up on the roof. I bet you if I had gone to the tree, it probably would have been a lost cause and I would have never seen her again. I might do that for a separate thing, but we'll see. You made it? Oh, of course I did. I knew that you'd find me. Her smile is blank, distant, like 2 weeks ago when we first met. I'm glad, Mark. Glad about what? The fact that I found you after you ran away from me? About everything. I'm glad to have met you. I'm glad to have gotten to know you. I'm glad to have fallen for you, too. And I'm glad to be able to say goodbye like this. Myra? Her stolid gaze tells me that nothing can make her change her mind, but she still looks at me expectantly. You don't want to leave, do you? No, I don't. But I have to. If you'll get hurt either way, why not risk it and stay here? I can't do that. This was all wrong from the very beginning. Does that even matter now? Of course it does. You don't want the last 2 weeks to disappear, do you? They won't disappear. They can't. Memories don't die. They just hide for a bit. But they can be tarnished. I'm sorry. I'm really, truly sorry. Wait, don't jump to any conclusions. Those conclusions were determined from the moment we met. I lied to you. I'll forgive you for whatever you did. It's not that simple. Myra takes a step back, and I take a step forward. It's just like before. After 3 years, it's just like before. And if I stay, it'll all be wrong, and there'll be no turning back, and I'll never be able to forgive myself if you hate me. Take a deep breath and stop worrying. Short steps, deep breaths. Everything is all right. The problem is all in your head. No, it isn't. We won't get any if we both back down. Maybe so. But after everything that happened, I don't want to lose what we already have. Myra. I try to reach out to her, but something stops me. If I do it, will I really destroy the memories we already made? No matter what she's hiding, I'll accept it, but I'll leave it at this, then. The answer is right in front of you, Myra. Make your choice. It's tough to see what's in front of you when you're afraid of what's behind you. The snow moves in reverse. I'll never forget you, Mark, and I wasn't lying when I said that you were my first love. Her words are only a whisper that fades as she takes her last step backward and falls off the roof. I walk forward slowly with my leaden feet. Ha. Ha ha ha. She just jumped off the roof and your first instinct is to laugh. I'm guessing out of nervousness? Maybe? I'm not surprised. There's nothing below but a balcony overlooking a garden with a small patch of snow-covered soil lying below. But the snow had been falling for a while this time, and the whole balcony's covered, save for the spot she landed on. A short trail of footprints leads her away. Oh, that's right. I caught a glimpse of something when she jumped. Don't cry. No. 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 Too many no's. Way too many no's. No. This isn't over. I miscalculated. I tried my best, but in the end I guessed wrong. And so the cycle continues, which means as long as I persist, I can try again. Over and over and over and over. Even if it kills me. Even if it turns me into a dry, soulless husk. Stand up? I'll do it. I'll do it again. I'll stab myself again and again and again. If it's for her, I'll shatter my heart as many times as it takes. To the hill. I am so confused here. It's dark. The streetlights are still on, and the downtown partygoers make it feel as if nothing has changed. But the most important thing is missing. She's gone. She disappeared, just like she promised. No. No, 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 this isn't the end. Think. God damn it, just think. I can do this. I can figure this out. Okay. Wait a minute. This is exactly what's said beforehand. I'm confused. I'm very confused. I skip over this really quick. So, what happens if I go to the hill then? I've got it. She'll be at the hill. I grit my teeth and sprint through the snowy city. I made it. I collapsed in the snow with the hill looming before me. Just a little bit more. A few more steps, a few more frosted breaths. I placed my hand on the edge of the hill. Digging into the snow, it'll only take a bit more energy to pull myself up. The moment I peek above this hill, it'll be over. What do I do if she isn't there? She was crying. She was crying, damn it! Isn't that all that matters? I tense my fingers against the frozen ground. I find a solid rock to push on, and with my body poised, I climb the last yard. Hey. Oh, so she's there too. She's there no matter which one I choose. Seriously, what the heck's going on here? I'm confused. You came. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I didn't. But why here? Isn't that what I should be asking you? Stop. What? I ran away for a reason. We can't be together. What right do you have to decide that? I told you I was lying from the beginning. Shut up. The fleeting snow on Myra's hair drops a lit match in my stomach, and everything goes ablaze. I love you. Now stop talking. I step toward her, and she steps back. Wait, you don't understand. It isn't that easy. It isn't that simple. We're not fit for each other, and that'll never change. It didn't work back then, it sure as hell won't work now. Never? You're kidding me. Not in the least. What in the hell is there to understand? I pushed. It doesn't matter. No, I won't accept it. I pushed and I pushed. Is that all you're going to do? Shout until I give in and embrace you. If that's the case, then I might as well leave. I love you. No matter what I do, I can't change that. No matter who you really are or what you did. Even if I tell myself I don't care or if I try to give up. It doesn't matter if I say I love you or hate you. I can't stop. That's how important you are. It's incredibly, stupefyingly, mind-bogglingly dumb, isn't it? But I can't help it. No one can. Are you serious? I wish I weren't, but I am. I can't give up on you. Do you think you can give up on me? You shouldn't have come here. God, why here of all places? I only wanted to visit for a moment, just to say goodbye. You were supposed to meet me at the school, and... I guess that's just too bad. You end up hating me. Oh, if you end up hating me, I'll never be able to live with myself. I'm like you. I'm wounded too. So tell me everything. But it's wrong. It's all wrong. As long as you're with me, I'll forgive you. So tell me. If I do, you'll... Then tell me this. Why didn't you run away? You could have hidden someplace where I'd never find you. You weren't supposed to find me here. You should have gone back to where we first met, and I'd have been waiting, and I would have said goodbye, and none of this would have happened. And yet you came here. A smile pushes its way through the tears. Yeah, I did. It's too late to run away. Strands of hair flicker across her eyes, and the memory resurfaces. I was there, Mark. I remember everything. You were hurt. You didn't cry, but you were like a kid realizing for the first time that there's no Santa Claus. Don't tell them that! Please don't tell them that! Seriously, I'm really confused. Did I just go back in time or something? I don't know. I remember you, but you don't remember me. Myra. It all makes sense. She was never a long-lost love. She was just... I deceived you, Mark. I dressed like her, acted like her, lived like her. Dyed my hair, stole her ribbon, and used it all against you. Oh, so she's not the girl that he was crushing on 3 years ago. She was pretending. So she had a crush on him originally and then just pretended to be his crush? Weird. So what? You're the one I fell for. If only it were that simple. I wasn't kidding. I lied. I lied about everything. That does it, but... Don't you see what this means? The woods, the roof, your window, everything. Asking you about your taste in literature? What a joke. I wouldn't read a classic lit if I didn't have a teacher breathing down my neck. And the sports day at my school? That too. At least I had the sense to practice jumping out of my own bedroom window 10 or 20 times before doing it for real. Just imagine it. A lonely girl standing in front of the mirror, tying and retying her ribbon until it looked like her crush's crush, her rival, her idol. Standing there for hours, forgetting that there was homework to be done and dinner to be eaten, just standing there crying. I knew how hurt you were too. I figured it out as soon as I saw you, but I went ahead with it. I set you up to think you had a chance, didn't even think twice. The storybook romance doesn't exist, Mark. Wasn't this all a bit too convenient? That is kind of creepy, though, the fact that she went to such lengths to pretend to be his crush. From childhood, that's kind of creepy. Really, reality would never unfold that way. It never does unless one of the parties is putting on a show. Isn't it pathetic? You don't know me. You've never even met me. It's everything. Everything about me. This was all just a story to prove that I could make you look at me. To me, you're the boy who changed my life. But to you, I'm no one. The girl you fell for doesn't exist. I'm no savior. I'm a fantastic actress. My hands are numb to the wind. And what about the hill? What? You said you were acting, right? What about the evening we spent on this hill? Were you wearing your mask even then? And our kiss was a lie too, right? Oh, I'm sure. Totally convinced. You were my first love, Mark. I took this ribbon from your crush because I wanted to be like her, and I lied to you these past 2 weeks to prove that I finally was. And now that it's done, there's nothing more to be said. I smile.
I think you're missing the point. I couldn't expect you to know this, but there is one fact that you forgot to calculate. All this time, I wondered if you were a childhood friend. I thought this was all nostalgia. I assumed that was why I was falling for you. You reminded me of something, of someone. But that's not the case at all. We were barely even acquaintances. You know what that means, don't you? That memory is irrelevant. It was you that I fell for. You might think you're a great actress, but you're not perfect. See this? What you're doing right now? This is called acting. Mark, you're not the only one who's done stupid things in the name of love. Confess, don't confess, what does it matter? You're screwed once you fall for someone anyway. So let's make the best of this bad situation, shall we? Aw, will you join me?
We can't do this. You're weak.
I'll learn to be strong.
It takes a lot of guts to be strong, you know, and I'm not strong either.
Then you'll learn to be strong too.
And what if I can't?
Then we'll be weak together. Does it even matter?
You're not taking this seriously enough. This is a big commitment. Things might go wrong and we can hurt each other. That's the risk you take with every relationship. You take that risk. You could end up hurt, but does that change anything? Does it change the experiences? What if you wake up one morning and decide to walk out on me?
That won't happen.
And what if I decide to walk out on you?
That's...
Gotcha. She runs her hands through her hair and unties the dangling red stripe. That won't happen.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely?
I promise. I kinda like the red ribbon, but I guess it makes sense that she'd remove it. If you make me cry, I'll never forgive you.
I don't know, your eyes are already starting to get a little
teary.
The feeling's mutual.
And that, as they say, was that. It's funny when you think about it. Funny how simple it all was. It might not seem like a storybook romance, but it's real as the person in front of me, and so I held her tight, as our sepia-dyed tears ran dry. Oh, that's the end! Oh, okay. So it really was that she actually wasn't like a time traveler or like a ninja, assassin, vampire, ghost, MIB, mummy girl. She was just an actress. She fell for a guy years ago and decided to pretend to be his crush in an attempt to woo him. But he ended up falling for her instead. Interesting. Well, that was an interesting and rather cute story. I'm not sure what happens, though, if I choose to fall instead of stand up. It's probably a bad end, too. I might do that right at the end just to see what that actually was. But overall, this was I guess I could wrap up my thoughts here. Definitely enjoyed this this little visual novel. I really love the art style, and the sound and the music was really well done. The storyline was definitely interesting. It definitely kept me questioning multiple times. Like, I had no idea what was going on in this storyline. They definitely had a good, they definitely knew how to make you invested in this by questioning, like, what is Myra? What is up with Myra? What is up with, you know, Mark and his friends and such? It was kind of really interesting, and it had some good laughs in it. I definitely got some good... I think I made some funny jokes throughout this whole thing. The one thing, though, that does kind of bug me is that Yeah, I get it's a visual novel, but at the same time, it felt like the choices didn't matter much in the end. Like, that's the one thing that kind of irked me a little, is that there was hardly any options to make a choice. It was mainly just telling a story, which is what visual novels do. But usually with visual novels, you get the option to make decisions on the storyline of how it's going to be affected and see what the branching paths are. And this one, it really didn't seem like it did much other than just to add achievements. Like the confession to Lillian, it didn't add up to anything in the end. Or, you know, looking at Lucas's computer or not. Like, a lot of it didn't seem to matter in the end. That's the thing of it. So that kind of a little bit bugged me, that I couldn't, like, make choices. Oh, they changed the pictures. Myra's diary. Huh. Well, I guess I'll be looking at that in the next episode. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell. So what happens if I fall? I can't. It might not be possible. I'll admit that much. But even so, it just isn't worth it. What? Game? Game? It was over. Or so I thought. But it stung me over and over. The realization that you can't turn your heart off. I gave up. I wanted it to end. I would have been content with purgatory if it meant an escape from this hell. But purgatory exists only in death. I can't forgive her, even when I want to. If trying to freeze my heart 3 years ago didn't work, no way in hell would it work now. You can't turn off your heart. You can't. It's stupid, impossibly stupid, but love isn't even a choice. Oh, okay. It's dark, streetlights are on, partygoers, nothing's changed, most important thing is missing. Nope, okay, it's the exact same thing, so it's like, what's the point then if I can just... It doesn't matter. Like, what? Well, okay, so, again, the choices don't seem to matter much. But we'll be getting to Myra's diary in due time, don't you worry.